sensation Kotoōshū. This is Talk Asia. With a potent mix of strength and speed, Kotoōshū has taken sumo by storm. In just 4 years, the 2-meter giant has climbed to the sport's second highest ranking, Ozeki, the first European to do so. For the man born Kaloyan Stefanov Malyanov, it was a long road from Bulgaria to the highest levels of Japan's ancient sport.
At the beginning, it was very, very hard. I didn't speak the language. I didn't know the traditions.
But with his successes in the ring, not to mention good looks, Kotoōshū has become a celebrity in his adopted home.
Japanese fans are very devoted. When they like someone, they really show it.
We caught up with Kotoōshū at his sumo stable where he trains with fellow wrestlers. He took time from his lunch break to talk about his extraordinary rise through the ranks. So Kotoōshū, welcome to Talk Asia. Let's start at the beginning. What makes a young Bulgarian teenager want to become the next big thing in sumo? What was it that inspired you?
I was accepted in the National Sports Academy in Bulgaria, and my major was wrestling. The training for both majors, wrestling and sumo, was held in the same hall. It all started as a joke. I started practicing sumo as a joke, and just look what the outcome is.
Why did you choose sumo? What was it about sumo that you found to be something that you wanted to do?
Because in sumo you can eat as much as you want, while in wrestling I always had to control my diet to stay in my category. I was always in the heaviest category, but I could never keep my weight low enough to be in it.
What did your parents say when you told them that you wanted to pursue sumo wrestling?
Well, they said, "You are already 18. You choose your future yourself. We can't tell you what to do. Just don't blame us later for your choice. If you like sumo, then practice it."
Sounds like they might have been a kind of tough parents. Is that the case?
Well, not necessarily. At times, when needed, they were strict with me. But when I myself had to make decisions, when I decided that I had to do something, they never stopped me from doing it. They have always respected my choices.
Today, of course, you speak Japanese. You know, you're fluent in Japanese traditions and customs and wearing. You wear your kimono. How did you begin this transformation into becoming a sumo wrestler?
At the beginning, it was very, very hard. I didn't speak the language. I didn't know the traditions. There was no way I could get any explanation about the traditions and culture. I couldn't even communicate with people. But with time, after I learned some Japanese, I started understanding their traditions.
Do you have any specific memories or an incident that you remember being very challenged by either language or culture? Even food can be difficult to deal with at first.
When I started picking up the language, they were telling me, this should be done this way. And if I asked them why, they couldn't actually explain the reason. They would just say, because that's the way it should be done. That's the way everybody does it.
Well, let me ask then, how did Japan greet you? How did, for example, other sumo wrestlers who already knew about these traditions, how did they help you to adapt?
All the wrestlers helped a lot, especially those wrestlers in my stable. They were teaching me the language, showing me how to train.
What about Japanese fans? How did they accept or greet you? Because obviously you stand out in the sumo ring. So I'm wondering, how did Japanese fans welcome you?
Japanese fans are very devoted. When they like someone, they really show it. And not only do they cheer for that person, they support him with all their heart.
When you first started as a sumo wrestler, what goal did you set for yourself?
For myself, my goal was simply to become a stronger wrestler in as short a time as possible.
You've already achieved the second highest rank of Ozeki. Did you see yourself in that position when you first started, or did this come as a surprise to you?
No, my dreams and the goals that I set for myself are not all that high. I set very reasonable goals, so that little by little, with every step I make, I can achieve the current objective. Then I define another reasonable goal so that I can accomplish it even faster. Then, again and again, I don't set goals that are too high, goals that may be impossible for me, just reasonable goals, one after another.
Well, one of the crowning moments of your career so far has been defeating the grand champion, Asashoryu. How did it feel to clinch that victory?
On that day, in that tournament in Fukuoka, with that victory, I proved that I have the right to be promoted to the rank of Ozeki. That day was very special for everyone, because on that day the previous stable master retired and the current one took over in his place. On the very day I defeated Asashoryu, it was a very big event, not just for me, but for the entire stable.
And now that you've already accomplished so much, what's your next target? What's your next goal that you have set for yourself?
My next goal is to become the champion of a tournament. Last year, I missed the chance to win twice. This year, I had an injury for a long time. Now I'm getting better, and next year I'm hoping for a first victory in the tournament.
Just want to find out a little bit more about your personal background. How would you describe your childhood growing up in Bulgaria? Was it a typical Bulgarian childhood?
How would I describe myself? I was a child, like all other children. I remember we all played together, all my friends in a group. Whatever we did it together.
But you became involved in a very traditional, very unusual sport, and I'm wondering what was that moment that happened? Obviously, you were wrestling already, but when did you make that leap?
Well, the circumstances were that I came here to Japan, and I had to change.
The circumstances being?
When you live here, you have to adapt to the environment. When in Rome, do as Romans do.
Coming up, ceremony, tradition, and training. Life as a sumo wrestler.